First system we ever sold outside of the family was to Dr. Phelps. And for those of you that haven't been around forever, it was an 1800 system. Does anybody remember what that was?
Yes.
The hard drive weighed over 50 pounds. Yep. It was this big. You couldn't replace it. I think it was 50 megabytes, maybe. And when we cut over, I'll never forget this one. When we cut over the first site, it was all doctors. The 1800 wasn't a very fast system. So Don Barry would have to take the programmers and put them in his car and drive them to Palm Springs. They would sleep on the way down to Palm Springs, and then they would write code on site to try and fix Sheryl's problem. Those were interesting days. Then Dr. Phelps finally went to Don Barry and said, "You have borrowed Sheryl now for 6 months. She's no longer running my answering services. Why don't you hire her?" So Don Barry hired her, and that's how she got into StarTel. She literally was doing all the training for us while she was working for Dr. Phelps as we started selling these systems across the nation. I knew Sheryl for a very long time. We became very good friends. What touched my heart, I believe it was Dallas, Richard, wasn't it Dallas? Christmas? Was it Dallas?
Yeah.
Airport?
Right.
Right. Okay, Sheryl and Richard were kind of getting together, and they were traveling so much of the time that they were never home. Sheryl literally had her clothes in the trunk of her car. And she would take one batch of clothes and take that with her on the airplane. And when she got back, that would go to the cleaners. She'd take the next batch of clothes because she was gone all the time. So Christmas time is coming around, and it's like ships that pass in the night. Richard and Sheryl decided that they would meet at Dallas Airport as they were changing planes to go to the next location that they were going to. What Richard did is the Christmas tree that they had at American Airlines. We all flew American Airlines in those days. He put Christmas presents for Sheryl underneath the tree in the airport terminal. And when she landed, they ended up sharing Christmas together. I thought that was the coolest story in the whole world. I'm going to really miss her. I was out of the loop with Sheryl since I retired. I went up to Big Bear and became a hermit. And so the last 6 years, I really don't know a lot about what happened. But we had some very, very good times.